Hi.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you just fine. It's nice to meet you.
Me you.
Yes, I was just doing some reading about your dates, and I was actually really excited, first of all, that you're actually coming to my neck of the woods in September with Samo Festival.
Yes. Oh, wait, where are you?
I'm in Prince Edward Island.
Oh, because I was like, is that Ottawa jersey in the background?
No, it's a Red Wings jersey in the background.
That's
Huge
just
Red
goes
Wings
to
fans
show
in this
how much
house.
I know about sports.
No, definitely not.
Oh,
Um,
that's good.
no, I'm so excited because not too many artists I get to interview get to actually come to this region. So it's great
I'm
that
so
you're going to
excited.
be, yeah, it's
Yeah,
great that you're going to be coming.
I'm so excited. It looks like such a sick festival.
It really is, and it's only the second year of the festival too.
Oh,
So
really?
it's yeah. Last year was the first year, and this year they're kind of really encompassing what they're looking for. I find like they're modeling it after the Bottle Rock Festival in California. So your type of music is perfect for this because it's very like there's a lot of angst behind it, but it's very easy to listen to, very easy to the ears. So it's going to be perfect for that festival. I'm actually really excited because I'm going to make sure that I get to meet you when I'm there. So
Oh my God,
I'm really
please do.
excited.
Please do.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, congratulations, first of all, on the debut album that's coming out next month. You must be so excited about that, especially given the fact that you've already got such a huge online following with all the streaming websites, which must be very exciting for you.
Thank you. I am very excited. I'm also very terrified, but I'm excited. Yeah.
So, do you do all the writing for every song that you do?
Yeah, so I do all the writing for all the songs. Sometimes I have co-writers in the room with me when we do a writing session, but usually how it works is I will think of an idea, write either like I'll write a verse, or I'll write a chorus, and I'll go into a writing session, be like, okay, this is what I have so far. What do you guys think? And kind of bounce ideas off. But also this album is a lot of the songs I actually just wrote by myself, which is sick because I when I first started writing, I would just write by myself, and then I kind of got introduced to co-writing, and I was like, oh, this is so much better. Like bounce ideas off and meet people and whatever. And I'm so grateful for it because it really improved my songwriting and got so much experience from that. But then during writing this album, I've kind of took a step back and I was like, you know what? I think I'm confident in my writing now, and I could kind of just like maybe maybe I don't even need anyone's help for this one, and just so some of the songs are just by me, and yeah, I think that's cool. So.
And I love your writing style too. When I first heard of your music, I'm quoting, of course, but it um was it that they it was too pop for the pumpkins, I think it was what it was called. And I just thought that was really cool because a lot of your lyrics are very, very relatable. Like as easy sounding as they are, like there's a lot of depth there. And I really have a respect and love for artists that are very much like that because it's obvious, it seems very obvious that it's coming from a very personal place. So I really have a love and respect for artists that are willing to be vulnerable like that and put themselves out there because it just makes themselves so much more relatable to the listener. And I just think that that's such a wonderful component in music, especially today where people are always just striving to find something that's relatable, something that, that they can identify with. And I really think that this is something that will do that. And I think it's amazing. So congratulations to you on that.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope so. It's funny because like when I first started writing and I would be super specific about something, I would almost be worried like, oh, I shouldn't be that specific or, I want to do this. I want it to be relatable, but then like I found almost the more specific and just true writing I did, even though it was just about me, people would be like, "Oh my God, you wrote this about my ex. Like this is word for word about my ex." And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's so crazy that we're all like having this experience and he was wearing a blue shirt, like, things like that are just like so specific, like, and it ends up being relatable to everyone. So I almost tried to do the opposite, but I'm glad that I didn't because it ended up working. So
Yeah, and that's what I find a lot with artists too. Of course, they want to be relatable, but the best way to do it is just to write from their own heart. And that's where it seems to just really kind of connect all the more with people, which is great.
totally.
Yeah. So are there any particular tracks that you're most excited to sing live whenever you're able to do so?
What am I most excited for? That's a good question. It's like they're all my children, so it's like every
Yeah.
on on it. I have to look at those here for a second. Well, I'm really excited like for when I do headline shows to like sing the slower songs and stuff because it's so hard because I love going out on tour and being like so running around the stage and so energetic and singing the songs, but then at the same time I also just like love the songs that are like pulling at the heartstrings and just like really singer-songwritery and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I'm excited to like sing those kind of songs. I'm kind of scared to sing my song Two of Us because I really like really chirp and make fun of skinny jeans. And I know a lot of my fans are emo slash elder emo slash millennial slash people that wear skinny jeans, you know? And
Yep.
the truth is I don't really have such a vendetta against them, but it's just the guy that I was writing them about, writing the song about was obsessed with skinny jeans, probably more obsessed with skinny jeans than he was with me, which was the problem. Well, that wasn't the problem, but it was one of many. Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, I'm kind of scared to sing that line because when I put that out, some of my fans were like, why are you talking about that?" And I'm like, "Guys, it was just a good line. It was just a good line." But yeah, I'm excited to, sing everything, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's nothing like a good live, like hearing it on the album is one thing, but hearing it live, from the person's voice, you're not listening to it on like Spotify or you're hearing the person
Yeah,
singing from their own
it
mouth. And I just
totally
think that that
changes.
makes it even better.
Yeah, like it's so funny enough, my least favorite song on the album when before I like went into rehearsals and everything was Kill the Girl. I don't know why. It just was. I was just like I didn't know if it was like as good as all the other ones. And but then after we rehearsed it and I did it live, it like became one of my favorites because I felt like it sounded so good live and it gave me a new love for it. So I totally agree. Like I think sometimes the songs come across like they just get a new feeling.
Absolutely. So once the album is released, are you, because obviously you're going to be coming to Summer Festival in September, which we'll plug the hell out of now that I get to speak with you, which is great. But are you doing any kind of extensive touring, once the album is released?
Yeah, so we're planning things right now, so I can't say for sure, but I know I have like dates held and stuff for US, for UK and Europe, and I don't know when this is coming out, but tomorrow I'm announcing that I'm going on tour in Canada with Mariana's Trench, which is
Yay!
yeah,
That's so
I like
cool.
totally grew up loving them. So I just found out a few days ago that they asked me to open for them, and I was like, this is so cool. Like if little Lolo knew this, because I used to sing their songs all the time growing up. So I'm very excited. So I'm announcing that tomorrow morning, but that's like a month throughout Canada. I don't know if we're doing PEI. I have to look at this.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's worried. It would be great if he's did, but like
Like, what province is PEI in?
PEI is the province.
Mom and Dad, if you're listening, I'm so sorry that you paid for school.
You would not be the first person to say that either, so don't feel too bad.
Like whenever I'm talking about states, like when I'm in like when with my friends in LA and I say something, I'm like, don't judge my geography. I'm Canadian, but I don't know Canadian geography either. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to PEI. I don't think
Wouldn't
so.
surprise
I
me.
know a lot of Ontario. Damn. Yeah.
That's awesome though. Like how perfect is that? Like that's kind of like right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I'm just like I just can't wait to tell all my friends because like we used to just like we totally jammed out to Marinus Trench. So they're gonna be like, what the fuck? This is so cool. Um
That's awesome.
I'm excited for that.
That's
And I've never toured Canada ever. So I just did my first like well, I guess I played in Toronto like open mics and I did a little small show, but I just like for the first time passed through Toronto finally on one of my tours because all the tours I've been doing have been like just US or Europe or UK and so I haven't like been back home in Toronto. But I played History in November with Boys Like Girls, which was so cool. But yeah.
awesome. And that's really cool too that your first Canadian tour is going to be with such a great Canadian group too, which is wonderful. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome. The teenage Sarah is really excited to hear that actually because I love Mariana's Trench. Oh
Yeah.
my God, that's great. I'm so excited for you.
Yeah.
So beyond that, are you going to be doing anything like solo, like where you're going to be your own headliner kind of
Yeah,
thing?
so I'm planning on this fall I was planning on doing US, Europe slash UK, and Canada headlines. The Canada one will have to be pushed now because I got this opportunity, but
Mhm.
planning on doing the US and Europe headline stuff for sure.
That's awesome. I'm so excited for you. I'm really, really excited to know that you're coming to Somo. That's great. Because I was listening to your music and I was getting ready for the interview, and I'm like, and then I realized I'm like, oh my God, she's playing Somo Festival. I get to actually see her. So I'm really, really excited because your PR people seem to really have a knack of sending me interviews that are kind of like right in my wheelhouse. Like they'll know exactly what kind of music I like. Like props to Lucy for that. But it's as soon as I heard it, I'm like, oh, this is great. This is really, really good. And then I was checking out, I think I saw it on Spotify that you were coming to PEI. So that's so exciting.
Yay, that's so good. I love that. Well, thank you for liking my music.
Oh,
I'm so excited for the PEI festival.
yeah, yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be wonderful. I think this is going to be something that you're going to just fit right in. It's a very, Somo Fest is a very chill environment. Like everybody's there to have fun, obviously, but it's very, very low key. It's very nice. And it's just, it's one of my favorite festivals. It's only going to
There's
be the
good
second year
people,
and it's so
really good
great.
people on the lineup, and like some of my friends, like the Beaches, who I love, they're on it, right? And Talk, who I co-wrote, I write with him, and um Noah Khan, who's not my friend, but I would like him to be my friend.
Oh, I know. That's going to be huge.
So
You're playing Saturday, right?
yes, I think.
That's
Yeah.
going to be a big night. That is, oh, I'm so excited. This is going to be so great.
Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm like, I told my tour manager, I was like, I forget what day, but I was like, I need to be there either the day before or the day after. I was like, I need to become friends with Noah Khan. So,
Oh, yeah, everybody does. Oh, it's going to be
uh,
so amazing.
yeah.
Are you going to stick around and check a set out whenever you're done?
Oh, 100%. I want to check everyone's set out. I'm like, I just like, it's such a good lineup. I have to like
Yeah.
look at who else is on it.
Greta
Those are,
Van Fleet, I think, plays that night too. I don't think they play Friday. I'm pretty sure they play Saturday. That's going to be a really, really good festival this year. Like they're,
it's so good. Yeah, wait, I'm looking at the lineup. But yeah, who else is on? It's loading. Oh yeah, Maren Morris would be sick to see too.
yeah, I know. It's going to be really good. They've got a lot of really different varieties of artists. I'm so excited that you're coming. That's going to be so great.
They did a good.
Um, So in terms of, I know this is a really hard question to ask, but I always like to ask. But for somebody like yourself, you've got a lot of, it seems like the music has a lot of different influences in it.
Mm.
What is, current artists that you're listening to, that inspire you and kind of light that fire in you?
Yeah, I really like. I feel like as a person, I listen to a lot of like old music. Like while I'm always discovering new music, I kind of end up going back to like listening to Green Day and like Weezer and like that kind of stuff and My Chemical Romance. But out of like all newer bands that I like really am influenced by, I like recently in the middle of writing this album got really into Boy Genius. I think they're so amazing. And I actually saw my roommate and I last year went to Coachella, and it sounds so basic. We went to Coachella, and I knew of Boy Genius, and I like heard maybe their songs in passing, but I didn't never really like listen to it. And we like saw their set, and I remember just standing there like I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing, every word. And it inspired me so much. I thought of so many lyrics while watching their set. I don't know why, it just like sparked things. And a bunch of the lyrics for the song Hot Girls in Hell and Two of Us were like inspired by watching that set. I was like, the ideas were just flowing. And my phone died. And I just remember the whole night after that, just repeating the lyrics again and again in my head so that I wouldn't forget. And I was like, damn, must have been how it was back in the day, like before people had an iPhone. But so that was like a really, really big influence on my writing. Also on like the production and stuff. Like my track Gloria was like I was like, I want a song kind of like Emily, I'm Sorry. Um yeah. So that kind of I would say that's like the main big big influence.
I
Boy
love
Genius.
that story actually because I'm a very firm believer of music being such a wonderful, empowering inspiration, but it's also something that really helps you get through stuff. And again, that's something where your lyrics are extremely relatable. And, I'm a big believer in advocating for mental health awareness. And I really appreciate artists that kind of put themselves out there like that. So thank you. It's great to hear that music not only is something that you do for a living, but it's also something that you can, you know, go to a show and get inspired. Like that's really cool that you can do that.
Yeah.
Well, I won't take up too much more of your time, but thank you